Tonight on NewsWatch 12 at 6, Grants Pass is seeing a surge in small businesses, with dozens of new shops opening the past few months and the impact it has on the city. And a renewed grant program is opening doors for families struggling with the high cost of childcare, what this means for the city's efforts for early education.
Temperatures keep coming down. You'll definitely notice a difference for tomorrow to wrap up the work week. But what does it look like for Father's Day weekend? A closer look at your weekend forecast in just a bit.
Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 at 6.
A half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your ground.
California Senator Alex Padilla was removed from a Homeland Security news conference today after attempting to speak out about raids in Los Angeles. You're looking at a video from that conference. Security guards dragged Senator Padilla out of the room, then handcuffed him on the floor of the hallway. Many are speaking out after the incident, including Oregon Senators Ron Wyden and Jeff Merkley. Thanks for joining us for NewsWatch 12 at 6. I'm Samantha Cadera. Senator Ron Wyden shared his thoughts on the floor and on social media, calling the video horrifying.
It's not about a happening to a United States senator. Here is what it's about. If they'll do this to a sitting United States senator in front of a room full of media, imagine what is being done to powerless people in secret.
Senator Padilla has been critical of the Trump administration's mobilization of the National Guard and Marines in response to immigration protests. Coming up at 6:30, we'll hear from Senator Jeff Merkley as he also speaks out on today's incident. As tensions are rising, the Medford Police Department is warning residents that false information is circling our community. Many are claiming that police are calling residents to warn them of ICE raids. Medford Police is saying those claims are false, and the police department says they are not making any calls and have not received any information about any ICE enforcement activity. They're urging residents to rely on official sources for accurate information. If you receive a suspicious call or text, you can contact Medford Police with the number on your screen. And rallies tied to the national No Kings movement are being planned across the U.S. this Saturday. From Corvallis to Mount Shasta, you can expect to see people hit the streets. Demonstrators will be on the streets of McAndrews Road under the banner No Kings. This is all to protest President Donald Trump and his policies on his birthday, June 14th. Now let's check in with Storm Tracker 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman. Matt, what can we expect for the rest of the day?
Well, pretty quiet conditions overall. Let's take a live look right now across southern Oregon and northern California. We do have some fair weather cumulus clouds for most spots. Temperatures very pleasant, warm in our west side valleys in the 80s, 85 degrees in Medford. We're at 79 degrees in Klamath Falls and 77 in Lakeview, 50s along the coast. Breezes have been picking up over the last few hours. Sustained winds out of the northwest at 17 miles per hour in Medford and Montague. These breezy conditions in our inland valleys, gusts between 20 to 25 miles per hour, will continue over the next few hours, and then winds will back off later on this evening. We're also tracking a few isolated showers that have popped up in far northern Klamath County. Also a few showers into eastern portions of Siskiyou County. Now, not all of this rain is likely reaching the ground. We have some pretty dry air in place, but there is going to be at least a slight chance overnight tonight, mainly in northern Klamath and Lake County, for a shower. Shouldn't see much in the way of thunderstorm activity, fortunately. Tonight, beautiful weather to kick off the Brit Festival season. 74 degrees at 8 p.m. for the Brit Festival Orchestra, Jurassic Park in concert, and temperatures will be in the mid-60s by 10 o'clock. Notice how those winds do relax as we go through the evening. Tonight down to about 50 in Grants Pass, 43 degrees in Klamath Falls. Tomorrow we got a quiet day for your Friday. Temperatures even a little bit cooler than today. May see a stray shower in northern portions of Klamath and Lake County. So all in all, it's going to be a pretty tame Friday for us. We'll take a look at your weekend forecast though coming up in just a bit.
New at 6 tonight, Ashlin Police Department arrested Lola Jackson on charges of a hit and run that occurred on June 7th. The 22-year-old Ashlin resident was driving around 1:30 a.m. when she hit a person in a wheelchair. Jackson fled the scene before the police arrived to the scene, and the victim was thrown off from their wheelchair and sustained injuries. Members of Ashlin Police Department located Jackson at a residence on Phelps Street. She was lodged at the Jackson County Jail. And in an update, the man accused of killing a Phoenix woman has now been indicted by a Jackson County grand jury. William Hastings is facing charges of murder and abuse of a corpse after Julie Hastings was found dead in her home. William Hastings is expected to be in court again on Monday for a preliminary hearing. The shooter from the Hawthorne Park shooting has been sentenced to 70 months of prison at the Oregon Department of Corrections. William Triplett is being charged with assault, unlawful use of a weapon, and felon in possession of a firearm. The 38-year-old appeared to court today to change his plea to no contest. Triplett was sentenced to 3 years of post-prison supervision. In the case the victim dies within a year from the shooting, Triplett will be charged with murder. They grew up in Grants Pass, and now a pair of siblings is giving back to the town that raised them by opening a cafe of their own. Damien Alvarado shows us what's behind the business boom and how it's changing the landscape downtown.
Quentin and Penelope are investing in the town they grew up in. They're turning their passion into opportunity here at the Lonely Pine, all part of the Hive, which brings a lot of local businesses together. Let's go ahead and check it out.
I'm just really proud of them.
Quentin and Penelope Buck grew up in Grants Pass, and after years in separate kitchens, the pair came together to open a shop of their own. For Quentin, the journey started with a job at Dutch Bros, another Grants Pass success story.
10 years ago, I started at Dutch Bros. She's been managing a bakery for years, and we thought, what a cool opportunity to come together.
After spotting a listing online, their dad encouraged them to take the leap. They've only been open 4 days, but already feel like part of the fabric downtown.
I've had so many people offer to help us just with every aspect of the business.
I think we have been stressed and nervous, but everyone has made it as easy as it could possibly be.
I'm overwhelmed with pride. I taught both of them in elementary school, and I knew that they would do something just great.
With help from family, friends, and other small business owners, the Bucks are turning a dream into a community space, one cookie and coffee at a time.
The coffee is just a small part of it. I think I just want a cool place for people to come hang out.
From Dutch Bros beginnings to their own neighborhood hangouts, the Bucks are part of a larger surge in small business here in Grants Pass. Now, while the Chamber focuses heavily on supporting local entrepreneurs, it also welcomes growth from national retailers like Bath & Body Works, who recently opened its doors, and Chipotle Mexican Grill, which is under construction. Reporting in Grants Pass, I'm Damien Alvarado.
In Ashlin, a renewed grant program is opening doors for families struggling with the high cost of childcare. The city is putting more funds into early education. The Early Childcare Affordability Grant helps licensed providers offer discounted care to families in need. This year's funding can also be used to expand staff or classroom space. City leaders say the program is more than a service. It's a long-term investment in kids and in the community.
There's massive benefits to that. I mean, not only for the children themselves, right? I mean, we know that 90% of brain growth happens before the age of 5. And so those kind of early learning programs help build those foundational skills for children, whether it's language, emotional regulation, social interaction.
Last year, the pilot helped nearly 40 families in Ashland. Now the city hopes to grow that number, targeting low and moderate income households. The grant program is open to all licensed and certified preschools or daycare providers in Ashland, both nonprofit and for-profit. Applications are open through June 26th. And right now, Mount Ashlin is hosting a virtual seminar to discuss about what future lies ahead for the mountain. Topics being discussed are the upcoming 2026 chairlift replacement project and a recap of this last year winter season. Seminar viewers will have the chance to ask questions to Andrew Gask, the general manager of Mount Ashlin, during the seminar. The meeting will end at 6:30 tonight, and we'll have highlights from the meeting on NewsWatch 12 at 11. And looking ahead to Saturday, the 40th annual Medford Cruise will begin and bringing hundreds of cars to town and raising money for local youth organizations. In the last 39 years, the event has contributed more than $600,000 to local programs while also bringing together car enthusiasts for a fun-filled day. With this event taking place, there will be several road closures in the downtown area. Partial road closures are likely throughout the day, but you can expect full road closures to begin around 4:30. Those closures are on Central Avenue between Jackson Street and Main Street, 2nd Street between Front Street and Central Avenue, 6th Street between Ivy Street and Central Avenue, Main Street between Central Avenue and Ivy Street, and Front Street from Jackson Street to Main Street. These closures will remain in place until approximately 8:30 p.m.